this morning to take some time with a resounding round of applause to the Salvation Army for the tremendous work here in Guyana and all across the world. I'm very pleased this morning to see so many children, young people among us. You guys are not only the future, but you are a true representation of what innocence is and what the elders sometimes need to take out of their own innocence. You know, I always go back to my days in school, where we were unified in every purpose, whether it was debating, whether it was sports, whether it was academic achievement, singing in the choir. Everything we did with pride in a unified, singular manner. And we need to adopt this as the foundation through which we carry our life. That everything we do, we must do it in a way that is selfless. And if we do it in a way that is selfless, it will allow us to take the lessons of our youthful and younger days, the innocence of those days, through a life path that will be no different. That will be absolutely no different. But we have to make it a part of who we are and a part of what life is. So my simple lesson from my own life and from what I've seen throughout the history of our country is to use this occasion also to tell all these young people here that the beauty of what you enjoy today, shoulder to shoulder, maybe the only thing that is missing is for us to mix you up and not have you as a school singled out together. But shoulder to shoulder, to carry the same style, the same appreciation for life forward. And in doing so, I can tell you, you will find the greatest peace and you will find the greatest enjoyment that life has to offer. So I congratulate the Salvation Army for bringing these young people out. Now, a lot of people associate Christmas with giving. But giving cannot be a seasonal activity. You know, there's a very good book that many of these young people will read one day. I'm sure you'll be introduced to a book called The Art of War. But there is something that is called the art of giving. Giving comes naturally to some. It is something that is motivated by others. It is something that some will learn based on the environment you come from, the home you come from. Giving is an art. But in this art of giving, it must be a way of life. It must be something that you believe in. It must be something that makes up your value system. It must be something that gives you pride and joy and honor when you give. And not when you give, you feel that you have lost something. Or when you give, you feel that you have taken away something from you. That is not giving. There's a big difference between giving and distributing. Giving is fundamentally different from distributing. Giving is an attachment to your inner soul, to your inner being. It is not separating material things from you. No, it is not separating material things from you. It is allowing your value system to share something material, physical, emotional, mental. Because as my dear friend and my fellow Guyanese came here and told his story. And I think we need to give him a big round of applause for this transformation. He will tell you that at some point in your life, material things is not what you need to be given. We live in a world that is short in giving peace, a world that is short in giving love, a world that is short in giving time. So you don't need to be rich to give. You don't need to have material things to give. When you give of your time, when these children give of their time to come this morning to share their talent with us, that is giving. When you give someone a smile, that is giving. You know, sometimes you ever walk into a room and you're sorry you're in that room because everybody's face is so screwed up in the room. They just destroy your day. Giving is about moving someone positively. So it's not it's not based only on material things. And that is what is going to work for the Salvation Army. It is not only about the Christmas Kettle. It is a way of life. It is giving every single day in different ways. It is lifting humanity in different ways. And that is why giving is an art and giving is a way of life. That is the first thing that I want to say. And it is not seasonal. You know, a lot of people, including Eddie, just ask me, how do I do it? Find the time for all the activities and everyone. But I believe that you, the people of this country, has given me the confidence to lead. And the least I can do is try as hard as possible every day to give you the most of the time I have to serve. And that is fundamentally the greatest motivation. The greatest motivation. Selfless work is also not seasonal. Sometimes everybody gets emotionally charged at Christmas and we become very selfless in what we do. But if we are to become and make giving a part of who we are, it cannot be seasonal. And that is why today we are launching the 1,000 Men on Mission movement. We will talk a bit about that later today. Because men have lost their place in our society. Not because they were displaced, but because they have managed their responsibility in a very irresponsible way. And we have to bring back responsibility to the way we manage our responsibility. Now, what you do here today is not a simplistic thing, as to just putting a donation into the kettle, or what you do every day. What you do today is an important part in bridging gaps that exist in our society. What you do today requires a societal approach. And organizations like the Salvation Army helps us to bring that societal approach to the way we do things. What is this approach? What is this societal approach? The societal approach must have two attributes: systemic and institutional. What you see here today, more than 100 years of institutional arrangement. The Salvation Army is an institution. So they use this institutional approach to address gaps that exist. But what about a systemic approach? For a country to help in addressing these gaps, then we have to address the systemic issues. And who are the responsible stakeholders and partners in addressing the systemic problems? One, the government. Two, the corporate sector, the private sector. Three, religious and civil society. Four, global organizations. Five, communities. And six, families. These are systemic groups that must be a part of bridging the gaps. The first person who identified someone who is becoming an addict, for example, would be the family. The first response from the family normally is silence, hiding the issue. The second persons who come to the knowledge of that person moving to becoming an addict is your community and your society. Their immediate response is shame and separation. They will tell their children, don't go close to that person. I don't want my son, my daughter to associate, my family to associate with this person. So that is their response. So you move from the family, hiding this thing, shaming it, the society, shaming it, and then third, you go up the ladder. The private sector, the corporate world, your first response, we can't employ him, we can't find a space for him. Then you go up. Civil society and religious community. Oh, sometimes you will be surprised to know that they're not even accepted in religious quarters. Sometimes, the truth is a very sharp instrument. Fortunately, the truth is a very, very sharp instrument. And unless we are all willing to take our own slice from that instrument of our own guilt, then we will not be able to address this systemic problem in bridging the gap. So, what are the results we try to achieve? We try to give people an opportunity to have change in their life, to be reintegrated into society, and creating valuable citizens. We cannot create an awesome country if we don't create value in every single citizen of our country. And that is why, although we have to do the technical work and we have to do the hard work in transforming the country, I'm spending a lot of time on the systemic issue. Because if we only concentrate on the big things and allow the systemic issues to continue in our society, then we will have greater generational gap. We have to fix it now. We have to fix it now. And you, the children, the young people, you are my greatest partners in fixing this. I thank you, and on behalf of the government of Canada, of course, on my personal behalf, I do my responsibility to it. Thank you. But on behalf of the government of Canada, we would also like to present a check of $1.5 million. This Christmas Kettle. I want to say to all of you, may God bless you. Continue to shine and do your part in building our one town and being proud one day of your individual effort and a collective responsibility of building a strong, prosperous, and valuable society in which all gangs will be a part of. Thank you very much.